kind of funny. It can't make up its mind if it's 98 or 99 degrees. Well, that's going to kind of prove a point right there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. It's hot. I mean, it's bad hot. And I'm going to go do some looking at the absolute worst place you can look. It's this beautiful low water slab near my home. That guy just was leaving. I watched him get in that truck. He put his stick up, had his floppy hat on. He's been arrowhead hunting. Just like hundreds. There's probably been 1,000 people at this spot since the last high water event. It's a nice access to the creek. It's not hard to get to by road. And like a dummy, I'm going to look around where everybody else looks, because once in a while I find something anyway. So that's what we're doing. Horribly hot day. At least there's a breeze. Minnows look cool. I'm DW Verts, Hickbilly Outdoors. Hoo boy, here we go. Now there's an example why I keep doing this. There's that road right there. So I went 35 yards. And while not an arrowhead, it's a core rock. It's been napped on all the way around. I may take it back home with me on the way back through as a trophy to show what can be done. That's all it is, just a core, but still, most people don't know that. Yeah, look at that. And been on the other side too some, so I'll leave that sitting there and I'll pick it up and come back through. There's no point packing that big thing all the way out with me, but I'm finding a few flakes, a couple small cores, debitage, not arrowheads, I understand. So if it doesn't get to you, that's all right. It's my deal. But what it means to me is still people aren't looking for the whole picture. If they're looking for 5-point arrowheads and finding them ahead of me, that's fine. I mean, I know I'm in a high-pressured spot. I'm actually on private property right now, and really what used to just be a little ditch, it's got really wide and filled with gravel now. But technically, this is not available to be hunted on. People don't care. They trespass all the time. I'm not on the creek. I'm in a private property ditch. But I found just right through here 3 or 4 flakes and a core. And the flakes, nice made flakes. So, I mean, very obtrusive, easy to see. So, again, I'm going to comfort myself that some people just don't know what to look for yet. Even unless they just don't want to pick up flakes and stuff, which I don't pick them all up either. So. It just dawned on me, like so many things do, that one of the reasons, I don't think I've ever said this before, and I'm out here and fixing to have heat prostration. Look at that flake right there. Look at that. When you're finding flakes, cores, pieces, whatever, I always call that a clue. But I don't think I've ever defined the fact that sometimes a clue means that you've hit a spot where something's happened. For instance, that cornfield right there, that bank, oh my gosh, see that big bend there? I don't know if you can tell, it bends around. There's west, there's south, but that thing used to cut across there straight, so it's lost 30 or 40 feet. But say that 30 or 40 feet had some habitation on it at one time. Well, of course it did, but say it was an important piece of habitation. It got knocked off in the creek. The smaller stuff gets washed downstream first, most likely, the chips and flakes. You could be on the edge of something. I guess, I don't think I've ever really defined that way, and I don't know why. I just, out here in the heat, trying to think of a way to make a cool video. When you get into debitage, pieces and parts, you are potentially 90% more, probably potentially, like I know how to pull up a figure like that, but you are exponentially more likely to be just downstream of something good happening, where something was, where you may be fixing to get into them for real. So if anything, it keeps the interest up. It keeps you looking. But I found 2, 3, 4 more flakes in 30 feet here. I'm in the stuff. I'm in the zone. I'm in the territories where they lived. And I haven't got past anything. I'm still downstream of where there could be larger artifacts. And that's happened to me so many times. And I can tell you, of all these creeks and rivers that I hunt, there's zones that are better. And I'll guarantee you those zones are downstream of the really good stuff, where the big stuff happens. Does that make any sense to anybody? Before heat stroke sets in, I lay here flopping on this rock like a dying carp out of water. I want to make sure I'm getting a point across so I can understand. I can't believe I've never thought of putting that in that perspective before. What a dummy. They shouldn't allow people like me to make videos on the interweb. They shouldn't allow it at all. Let the smart folks do it. I feel like I'm arrowhead hunting on some alien landscape. Everything's the same color because it had water on it long enough and all the little algae dried on it before it fell off. So kind of hardest place to find them because everything's basically the same color. Looking for shapes. I might as well be arrowhead hunting. You know, it's too hot to fish. Too hot for golf. I don't play golf. It's too cold at home. Big old broken tool. Broke right in half. There's a big old core. Had massive flakes and spalls knocked off of it. See, they got a little bit deep trying to get one there. Pretty rock, hard to nap, extremely hard chirp. Okay, here's a mystery of the day. Somebody tell me what this is. It's a weed, it's not a piece of wire. It is as shiny as a piece of copper wire. What is that? That's just weird, y'all. That's them aliens, I keep telling you. They're here, they're amongst us. Another interesting core. Big old flakes drawed off of it again. I'll be doing a video, whether before this or after, I'm not really sure. It gets confusing. See how it's worked on the edge like a tool too, though? My gosh, folks, look at that. It is. That thing was used as a tool also. Look at all them little hits. That's just amazing. You pick a rock up and you think you see what you see and you don't. So it was used as a hoe, a gouge, maybe knocking some wood down the sides. Look at that. They took the flakes off for spalls to try to make points or small tools. And look at that thing, worked perfect. That one's got to go in the backpack. I'll be darned. That's just, I was thinking about keeping it to spall off of myself to make a point, but that's an artifact. I'm not going to do that. That'd be pretty if it was wet. So there you go. Just talking to myself mostly. That's what I do when I make these videos. I talk to myself. There's a big old piece. Big cantaloupe sized piece of mosarkite. One of the reasons I'm out here today also is I'm rockhounding for some possible chert to nap on, but that one's been hit on multitudes of times. That stuff is so hard to nap. It's really pretty though. It's got pinks and purples and blues and grays and quartz, and it's just cool. Thought I'd show that. I don't know why. Got several pieces here in a row worth looking at. Yeah, look at that thing napped around the edge. Look at that. Another one of those weird ones. Larry drew it. Not as round and pretty, but look at that. Hit her all around the edge. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that poor busted thing. Or is it? Not really, no, that's what it was. Whether it's a core or an adze or whatever. Man, there's all kinds of stuff laying in that one little spot there. Interesting to look at. And I missed another one. When I first stepped off in here, I was looking at something else. I don't know where it went. I'll have to try to find it. That's a nice little piece there. It just, it lost something in the translation. I'm almost back to my starting spot and just found this adze. Ugly bullnose adze, but it's what it is. Been creek tumbled a bunch, the end broke off, but it's what we call a bull or a pig nose adze. And I'm done. It's really warm. If it wasn't for a little bit of breeze once in a while, it'd be intolerable even for me, and I'm pretty tough. So, I was trying to prove a point I could find artifacts where everybody else hunts, which I kind of did. It'd been a lot better to find a whole arrowhead. I ain't found one of those in a month walking these creeks, or better. I don't know when the last time was. It's been a horrible dry streak, so I tried to make a little lesson out of the whole thing. Hope that works for y'all. It's hard for me to realize how many people watch this channel, and some of them are new. So repeating myself once in a while probably is going to make good sense. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, be cool about it. Explain to me why you think I'm wrong. Whatever, it's all fair in love and war. And luckily, we ain't at war yet. Peace, y'all. We'll talk at you later. God bless.